Om Shanti, this is Sakar Murli of 26th April 2023. Essence, sweet children, your duty is to earn the imperishable jewel of knowledge and inspire others to earn them. You don't need to ask before making a donation. You have to demonstrate doing it. Question: which pure desire does the Father always have to his heart? In which aspect does the Father wants you to become equal to himself? Answer: the Father always has the desire in his heart to give you children happiness. The unlimited Father never think about performing a sinful act or cause anyone sorrow because he is the bestower of happiness. The Father wished to make his children equal to himself in this way. Baba says, sweet children, check. Do I always have pure thoughts? I don't have any sinful thoughts, do I? Song. Look at your face in the mirror of your heart, O man. Om Shanti. God speaks. Who said, look at your face in the mirror of your heart, O man? A human being is an embodiment of soul. The embodied soul is the children of the Father. You know that you are souls. At this time, the Father of your soul is the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. The Father is bodily being in Prajapita Brahma. You are the child of Bap and Dada. The Father of bodily being is Prajapita Brahma. You are the child of Bap Dada. The Father sits here and explains to you embodied souls. O children, check in the mirror of your heart. Do what percentage have I become charitable soul? How much charity do I perform? People don't understand what donation have to made and charity performed of the imperishable jewel of knowledge. It has now entered your intellect that your Father, Teacher and Sadguru are the unlimited Father. Your body conscience is breaking. We have been remembering that unlimited Father for half a cycle. Remembering him began on the path of devotion. Devotees remember God. They believe that God is one. The Father of our souls is that imperishable one. Animals etc. too have the incorporeal fathers. However, that Father is our true Baba, who is the resident of the Supreme Abode. He is the one who makes us true. All of these who reside in the land of truth are charitable souls. You know that to the extent you remember honest with the Father, you will according to receiving a high status in the Father land of truth. This race is for that. Through the worldly student, someone could become a barrister and someone else could become a engineer. Some could be weak or others could be strong. Some could earn 100,000 and others could scarcely earn 5,000 rupees. Everything depends on how you study. You children are making your treasure stores full of the jewel of knowledge. Only these will be useful to you. You have to imbibe them to become the charitable souls. Donate them to others and make them into the charitable souls. Ask your heart, how much do I imbibe and how much charity do I perform? If I don't perform charity, I could definitely remain a sinful soul. Therefore, look at your face. The teacher and Father could also know about who sit at the back. You can tell everything for the register. That is the physical matter. But this is incognito. Mama and Baba continue to inspire you, imbibe the imperishable jewel of knowledge and also inspire others to imbibe them. If you don't become the charitable souls yourself, how could you make others that? This is not a worldly matter. Here, this is the spiritual matter. To extend that someone is wealthy, his mercy of happiness according to riches. Some people have a lot of wealth. It is printed in the newspaper which one are the wealthiest of all that time. It is number wise here. It is not a matter of perishable wealth. Here you have to earn and inspire others to earn the imperishable jewel of knowledge. You don't need to ask about anything in this. You don't need to ask before making a donation. You have to demonstrate doing it. The Father says, check in the mirror of your heart as how much of charitable souls you have become. We were all number one sinful souls. We were also number one charitable souls. Each of us have once again receiving the third eye of knowledge. We are becoming charitable souls to that extent that you accumulate this wealth of knowledge. Accordingly, you become wealthy. We now become beggars of perishable wealth and wealthy with imperishable wealth. We have an exchange. We give our bodies, mind, and wealth, everything to Baba. Baba then gives us the jewel of knowledge with which we receive everyone new body, mind, and wealth. Here, Maya doesn't exist to cause anyone's minds to wander around. Here, people's minds are influenced by Maya. The mind is the then to cause the most trouble. When there is no yoga, the mind becomes like a devil. You have to see how much wealth you take from Baba and how much you then donate to others. Mama and Baba are also human beings, the same as you. They too listen with their ears. The incorporeal Father speaks with these organs. Imperishable, incorporeal souls have their own bodies. This is an old iron age body that continues to cause sorrow. You children know that the Father comes and makes you constant happiness. You have found the Father, and so there is the clapping of happiness inside, and this is why there is clapping external also. First of all, there is the clapping of thoughts inside, and then there is clapping externally. First, it could come to you that you should be also something, and then you could do it, your physical organs. Therefore, check whether you have pure thoughts or sinful thoughts inside you. Pure thoughts are pure thoughts, and sinful thoughts are impure thoughts. The unlimited Father does not have sinful thoughts. He is the bestower of happiness. You could have sinful thoughts of causing someone sorrow or of performing the sinful acts. I come here to make the identical of myself. You know that the Father could always make children equal to him. Children are not given birth to experience sorrow. They take sorrow according to their own karma. The mother and father want to keep the children very happy, but Maya interferes. A physical father could believe that he is giving the children a lot of happiness by getting them married. However, the Father from beyond says to get married means to bring total rain to oneself. I make you into the beautiful flowers that when you marry in the heaven, you will become the empress and emperors, swing in swings. Look how much difference there in the intellect of physical father and the father from the beyond. At this time, people have very strong samskars of Maya in them. It is as though they are like Ajamil, the greatest spinner. I want to make you children so happy and you swing in swings. The unlimited Father has such a first class desire in his heart to give happiness to the children. Parents create children, and so you have to make them happy. The unlimited Father also wants his children to be happy. However, there is a lot of difference between the intellect of worldly fathers and the Father from beyond. The unlimited Father says, connect your intellect in yoga to me and break your intellect away from your physical parents and your friends and relatives, etc. I am everything to you. Maya causes you sorrow in every situation, whereas I make you into the ocean of happiness. I myself do not experience the happiness of the kingdom. However, I call the ocean of the happiness and the ocean of peace, and this is why I am able to make you happy. He explains so clearly, no one else can explain in this way. It is only in the Bharat that they sing, you are the mother and the father. Where did the prize that they continue to sing emerge from? The father says, you receive all happiness from me alone. This is why I tell you to break away from everyone else. Forget all your relatives, etc. Include your own body. Consider yourself to be souls. The Father make you into the such beautiful flowers. He says, listen to me alone and have yoga with me alone, just as I am the ocean of knowledge and I know the whole of the creation in the same way. Also tune this world cycle around in this intellect. A mother and father never cause their children sorrow. They don't create a creation to cause them sorrow. The father knows, say, the past is past. Now, according to drama, become pure and beautiful. There is a question of vice. You are becoming the emperor of empress. The full world says the world golden age, heaven is the viceless world. Everyone worship the deities of the place. Become there is the pure full of the all virtues. They had to become those who are degrees, and from this are 16 degrees Celsius. Look at what happened with the moon at this end. It is called Amavas, the night of the no moon, the darkness night. This is the same way human beings now don't have any virtues, let alone 16 degrees. They don't have even 1 degree. Because of them not having even the 1 degree, this is called the extreme darkness. Then by developing these qualities, you will become 16 Celsius degrees full. You have now become those no degree of the ugly. It is said the dark night of Brahma. Brahma is called Prajapita. You are called Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. At first there was the dark night of the BKs, and you have now come into the light and once again become 16 Celsius degrees full. The degrees of the Sun dynasty who were 16 degrees full continue to decrease. You are now imbibe all degrees. You imbibe them into this way, that is the because of 16 degrees Celsius full in the golden age, just as the king and queen because 16 Celsius degrees full. In the same way, so you luckily stars are the king and queens, so the subjects, it is number wise. King have now become the beggars, and beggars they have to become the kings again. The father now says, forget of all the and because bodies. Consider yourself to the souls and forget your friends and relatives, etc. You now surrender everything to have. I gave you to the imperishable jewel of knowledge. No one can put a value on each jewel. Baba tells you the story of Rab and Basant, the one from whose mouth jewel of knowledge is emerged. They have created the scriptures of the path of devotion. Only the one Father grants salvation. They grant you salvation with the knowledge. This is also called the nectar of knowledge. They speak of Manas Sarovar, a lake in which you become the angel by taking a dip. It is also called nectar. They give you water to drink there. Brahmins keep the water in the small urn and call it nectar. In the fact, this Jnana, nectar is knowledge. The Father says, beloved children, become soul conscious. Maya will not leave you alone. When you try to become soul conscious, Maya continue to make you body conscious. This war is the number one war. Maya make you become the body conscious through you straight into the pit. She don't take long. Therefore, as your own intellect, Baba says, study very well and the name of teacher will also be glorified. The Father is the one who gives you the prize. A prize is given those who study well and who also teach well. They are prized. If you want to climb a high status, first of all, look in the mirror of your heart. Do I love the Father? How soul conscious may I? How much efforts do I make day and night? When body conscious comes, you come a half and halt of your pilgrimage. When you forget to remember the Father, you move 2 steps forward and backward steps. On the one side there is the profit, and the another side there is loss. When you become the soul conscious, your account continue to become full. Maya make you incur of the loss somewhere or other. Responsibility children are the concern about their accounts. Otherwise, some even go bankrupt. This business is such that there is a profit and also loss. Maya make you forget. Therefore, check how much you remember the Father and how much you make others equal to yourself. Businessmen keep all your accounts, otherwise they are not businessmen, but fools. Some give happiness to many others. Children ever write the Baba, so and so struck me, and with such an arrow that I become the charitable souls from the sinful souls. They surrender themselves to that person. You also have the act that you are living foods, risk living at home with your families. You also have to do business with your Father. Burn away your sins with the power of yoga. Make others into charitable souls. All of this work is for your intellect. Your intellect become wholesome and strong and wealthy when you remember the Father. Otherwise, out of the body conscious, you could remember your friends and relatives. Maya doesn't leave you alone. Vastly, following Shiv Baba directions, you even kick Srimat aside and your status is the destroy. At the end, there are the great response and you will cry out is distress. Good children climb into the everyone's heart, even if glorified the name. Who are the Maharathis in the Pandav army and who are the Maharathis in that army? You know both armies. All of these matters have to be understood. Scarcely a few follow Srimat. Because of not following Srimat, you defame the Father's name. That is, you kick Srimat aside. This is the company of the truth. You make others equal to yourself and make them into the masters of heaven. Maya make you into such a sinful souls that you even become the ran away from the Father. Know one the path of devotion. On the path of devotion, all of you are brides. In terms of Him being the Father, all of you have to become His children. Then you are also His brides, and so as the brides, how much should you remember the bridegroom? Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, father, Bap Dada. The spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father. Spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for dharana. First point. Become Rub and Basant and let jewel of knowledge emerge through your lips. Make your intellect wholesome, strong and healthy with yoga. Second point. Give everyone happiness in the same way as the Father does the become the bestower of happiness. Never have any bad or sinful thoughts of causing anyone sorrow. Blessing. May you stable your mind in an elevated, positive and finish the game of changing your pose and become an easy yogi. The position of your mind is visible in the way your position of your face. Some children carry a burden and become heavy with it, sometimes because of the samskar of thinking too much. They feel bigger and they could have imagined, sometimes because of being disheartened. They have to see himself and be very small. So look at your pose and detach observer and stabilize your mind in the most elevated position. Stop all your different pose and you will then be called the easy yogi. Slogan. A soul who has the right to mine of happiness is constantly happy and share that happiness with everyone. Om Shanti.